We are green on across the board. Hello, Internet!
I can't believe that this is how we're starting it. I
Well,
seriously can't believe this is how we're starting it.
why not?
Probably because there are better ways to start a stream.
Oh, there is so many better ways to start a stream. Unfortunately, we're not doing any of those.
I noticed.
Let's see what we got here. No, that's a Harry Potter fic. Oh, hey. Legacy of the most unpredictable ninja. Naruto High School D times D. Oh, even better. A Ruby Worm fic. Excellent. Hello, Isley. Oh, Atin's here. Shit.
Yeah, he just showed up. He's not talking, but he showed up.
I had to fix my microphone.
Yeah. Meanwhile, don't be surprised if I drop in and out. Comcast is being kind of shitty tonight.
I mean, they kind of always are.
Alright, lads. I got my beer. I got my fig. Let's fucking do this. Tonight is brought to you by the Dirty Mayor, a ginger-infused cider. With a sip of sweetness and a nip of ginger.
Is
It
there
would
a
be
reason you're
diplomatic.
enunciating like a weird man?
Cocaine.
I know you well enough to know that you cannot afford that.
You are not incorrect in this assumption.
Like, if you could, I'm sure you would, but I know you can't afford it.
Excuse. I would not do cocaine if I could. I am a man of class, and Jesus Christ, this is foaming everywhere.
What, like straight out of the bottle foaming, or? Yeah. Oh, good job. Excellent manufacturing.
How do you manage that?
With
so
skill.
Amazingly.
Alacrity and skill, my friend.
Oh god, it's a ruby worm. Oh
Yes.
boy.
So as always, do not contact any of the people we feature in this here fanfiction podcast, where we teach you and make you laugh. Sometimes. Also, we had audio errors. That's why we're starting a little bit late.
Yeah. I got to listen to Sneaky, I think, slam his headphones on something.
Oh, I slammed things.
What did you slam?
What did you do?
I just heard a massive thunk in the middle of your tech troubleshooting.
Technically,
Boy, I feel slightly less bad about my own audio problems now.
No, Discord for some reason wasn't sending audio to my headset.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got his mic was picking up perfectly though.
So you could hear the general cacophony of cursing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Max got the full throttle of me just fucking cursing at the top of my lungs.
And then something slammed, and I still don't know what it was.
And you never will. Remnant of a worm. Post Golden Morning Taylor is in Remnant. Taylor Hebert. Villain, hero, monster, savior, Capri. She awakens in a hospital in Vale. Where was she in Vale? What would she do? Probably kill Grimm. Or take over the world. Maybe both. Who would she be? Taylor Hebert. Hero or villain? Monster or savior?
I'm gonna save some time. Monster. Gonna go with monster.
Post GM. That's like after everything's said and done, right? Like Contessa's just.
That's like after that. Yeah. Post Golden Morning Taylor is typically post Taylor having her brains blown out by Contessa.
So, yeah, either we'll have a massive reversion to the Taylor of old, or it's going to be just a complete and utter monster.
Honestly, I do not understand why more people don't use this as a starting point. Because you basically can be like, alright, Taylor just had 2 bullets enter her brain. This is her personality now, and no one is capable of going, excuse me, but no. She's literally been shot in the head twice. Her personality can be anything.
Yeah, like look at Punished Snake, for example. Brain does weird shit when you stuff things in it, as it turns out.
It turns out Brain does weird things when you have things that shouldn't be there now there.
Okay, to be fair, he was also brainwashed.
Okay, well, to be fair, he also had a spike in his head.
To be fair, if we go any,
saying the brainwashing was part of it.
To be fair, if we go any further, that's just massive spoilers for why brainwashing was involved.
Well, to be fair, the game's been out for like 5 years now.
No, 3 years.
It's been out for 3 years. The spoiler tag is officially no longer.
Yeah, I personally keep a 6-month tag on it.
That was released 2015. Yeah, 2015.
But as far as spoilers go, I say 6 months because sometimes it's just not right yet. But if 6 months have passed, clearly it's not important enough for you to do.
Props to Kojima though. That was such a good twist.
That was a good twist. Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, by the way, because of that
spike, it was fantastic.
Because of that spike in your head, you've forgotten like all your languages, your CQC is kind of rusty. Finish the story mode and get secret cutscenes. Oh, okay.
You have the truth now. You are the man who sold the world. Which, can we just say, White Horse and Man Who Sold the World were 2 of the best tracks for the helicopter.
You're forgetting the anthem of My Helicopters, Kids in America.
Oh, yes, Kids... Yes, I forgot about Kids in America. I need evac! Kids in America! Wow! God damn it.
One day I'll get back to... one day I'll actually do that Phantom Pain crack fic.
Dude, we totally should.
What was the fucking title we came up? Like Phantom Fatherhood or some shit?
No, it was way better than that.
Actually, no, wait, no, that's right. We were workshopping titles. We never actually came up with one.
Yeah.
Call it Father Pain or something.
Oh god, please. No, we do next. We have gone off on people so often on this podcast about really crappy titles like this one, Remnant of Worm. I wonder what kind of story this could be.
No, you've gone off on people. I don't give 2 shits. That's the difference between us.
I mean, that's fair. I just hello, Jorp.
Oh, what a wild Shorp is here.
A wild British man is here, or whatever fucking time zone he's in. I don't know. He streams at really odd hours, worse than mine, so I really don't know what time period he's in.
What time period?
Yeah, he's in the Jurassic.
I'm sorry. I like coming live from the Cretaceous area tonight. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, coming live from the Cretaceous era. We got Jorp.
Hey, yo, that'd be pretty fantastic.
Tell me, what's the weather like back then?
I'm not gonna lie. If I were to somehow create time travel, I would probably use it to just abuse streaming that way.
Now, Napoleon. Now, what part of your conquest are you on? Do you want to read some Napoleon fanfiction?
Napoleon, would you like to know what bridges and riverways you should avoid? Too bad, I can't tell you that.
But we can't read more Napoleon times, I don't know, Tsar of Russia fanfiction.
Let's see. Hang on. Okay, what kind of slash fic would it be, like Napoleon X
King Henry?
Maybe.
Anyway, so let's actually get into this story where we just get... So, before we actually do get into this story, No deviation this time. Serious moment. This is probably one of the worst kind of summaries to do. You don't want your summary just to be a bunch of questions of, will she be the hero? Will she save the day?
Why do you know this? I'm sorry.
What does Isley know now?
That there's at least one Napoleon times Duke of Wellington fic.
God damn it, Isley.
I don't know. I'm going to ask why you know. I don't get why you find... Okay, you know what?
How would you even find that? We joked about it.
Okay, I think Isley might actually be our podcast version of Wilson from Home Improvement. Just knows the fucking most inane bullshit for no reason. Oh, God.
What the hell happened on this server today? I've come home to over like 200 messages. What the hell happened? Also, Jorp, to answer your question of why do people like Ruby?
That question, Sneaky?
No, Isley, that was Max saying that.
So, Jorp did ask earlier in our news and debates channel, and this is kind of relevant to Ruby since we're now reading Ruby. Why do people like Ruby? People like Ruby because it's cosplay bait, which got Tumblr all up for it, and then they had a bunch of girl characters, which got Tumblr really horny and shipping the girl characters together because they're like super pro-lesbian. And now we have Rooster Teeth bowing to that, and so now Tumblr's like those fucking seals that go arf arf arf.
I think here's the thing, Ruby's definitely lost its popularity over the last 3 seasons. Part of the reason that people were first fucking hit the bandwagon so hard was...
Yes.
Well, Monty. Amazing fight scenes.
But
there was a lot of potential.
Absolutely.
The music was stronger going from seasons 1 to 5. And around midway through 4, it started kind of... The music kind of started plateauing in terms of how good it was.
People...
This volume's opening is the worst, just in terms of the song.
Okay, but the thing is, though, I differentiate fans who enjoy the fight scenes of Ruby from the people who like Ruby.
And up until midway through Volume 4, I was still very much, I still enjoy Ruby and the story and what's going on in this world. But Volume 3 continues to be the best of all of them.
I honestly, I feel like Volume 3 was where I could actually start liking Ruby, because Monty sort of found his stride right there, and then he died.
We lost him in the middle of production.
Yeah, he definitely started finding his stride, and then we lost him. And then it just went absolutely downhill from there, where then they started pandering to the fandom just so they could keep their fans.
Yeah, and the worst part is we lost him to something ridiculously small.
Yeah.
It was an allergic reaction in the middle of what was supposed to be an in-and-out procedure.
Yeah. It
was just a freak accident.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people who were like, those doctors are the fucking worst, they should have their license revoked. I'm like, they had no way to know.
No, like if this is an allergic reaction that's never come up before, they can't help that.
Well, not only that, it's you should. The onus is on you to get allergy testing every 5 years. That is technically something you should be doing, because you can generate allergies from puberty, and you can generate allergies post puberty. Like my dad only became allergic to sulfites when he was 35. Like before 35, he had no problem with sulfites, and then now he does. Thanks, Nosehair. Just remember, Nosehair, you can always hop on. You have guest star.
No, he's in the chat.
No.
He's just muted himself.
I was just trying to find a good moment to jump in because you guys are talking.
Yeah,
so.
anyway,
And we
Monty
appreciate
my main interest in Ruby is currently core. I mean,
But I want to know why the human body can just be like, I don't like this anymore.
I mean,
It's
corruption.
something to do with like I was gonna say it's like something about the corruption of the blood.
So basically what happens is, with the immune system of the body, is that every single thing that's not part of the body, because every single thing in the body has little tiny receptors on it telling, hey, immune system, I'm part of you. And this is why organ rejection is a thing, and why you need to, like, match the cell, and why donors inside family lines.
Right.
And so the whole immune system thing, so anything that doesn't have those receptors on it, the body goes, this is foreign, and it tries to attack it, just so it can see what it is. And allergies are when the body overreacts to something. And allergies are partially genetic, but they can also be acquired and unacquired by high exposure to that allergen. So having high exposure to sulfites can both cure your allergy to sulfites or generate an allergy to sulfites. Because your body just... one day, one of your immune cells sees it and goes, "This is this is antigen," and eats it and goes, "Holy shit, this is apocalyptic!" and goes to your lymphatic system and goes, "Hey guys, I have found literally the apocalypse right here," and in minor error, like 0.00001% chance error of the body going, "Oh hey, this is a new apocalypse cell. Send everything out, freak out, murder." And, because everything your cells eat in terms of the immune system becomes remembered by your immune system, because one cell had one error that made it freak out against this one thing,
it then freaks out about all the rest.
Now it will freak out about it from now on. And so that's all you need is, you just need, it's this really weird thing where all you need is one little error in the cell's creation that makes you suddenly allergic to milk now. Yeah.
Milk.
Okay, look, we make literally trillions of cells. The fact that we have an error rate of such abysmally low proportions is impressive in of itself.
I was gonna say the human body's pretty good about that kind of shit. Normally.
Yeah.
Sometimes, however, it just decides, you know what? Fuck you and fuck everything you said.
Honestly, it really depends. It's just completely random in how your body reacts to it. You can have, like, just a normal, like, oh, I'm gonna have an upset stomach from this now, to, oh, I guess I'm gonna have explosive diarrhea, my throat's gonna swell up, and my brain's going to explode. Like, you're literally rolling a 20-sided dice for this stuff.
Roll D20 Constitution save.
Basically. But, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Let's keep going. Ruby Rose point of view. Prologue. I danced my way down the street listening to Clockwork Orange. Just kidding. She's listening to music. I can't believe what just happened. I am going to Beacon. I am going to Beacon. Oh my god.
Because
I'm going to Beacon.
3 homicides in one night.
I mean,
Yay.
honestly.
I'm going to the equivalent of Hogwarts in my universe. In that everyone dies when they go there.
Welcome to your graduation ceremony. Why am I in a giant incinerator?
Welcome to your graduation ceremony. Why is there a giant robot? That's your graduation ceremony.
If you live, congratulations.
Sneaky, for the incinerator one. Well, you see, Beacon has a very low graduation rate. Unfortunately, we're over this year, and you drew the short straw.
We didn't test if you can handle the heat.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, now there's a good crack fic. Hades runs Beacon Academy.
Which Hades are we talking about?
Disney
are we talking
Hades.
James Woods
Disney
Hades? Oh boy. Hey. You know what? I kind of want to see that now. Just him. Just like
cool.
Well, it's a
You two can start
surefire
writing
way
tonight.
for everything to burn
Hold on
down.
a second. Hades runs Beacon. John decides to give his soul for Pyrrha. Just like going once. Okay, son of a wealthy family. Also possibly my worst enemy. Going twice. Okay, fine. Something like that. Just like
Cool. You and Atin can start working on that. Sneaky will be your editor.
Hey, I'm like actually motivated to try and write that one.
Are you all fired up?
Fuck it. Give me the writer roll. I'll start that shit. Fuck it.
I think you
As
already
soon as
have the writer role.
Because you never gave me the roll.
Why
Because
would you need it? You're a mod. You have access to every channel.
No, I
already.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you should. Sneaky, did you fuck up the rolls again?
I mean, should.
Oh, I don't have the writer roll. Let me give it to myself because Sneaky gave me the ability to give myself rolls.
You don't need it.
No, the mods.
Except
No,
I do.
mods can see this channel. What are you smoking? You
I
inebriated
can't see
Jew.
I literally couldn't see it until now.
I'm so glad I keep my headphones on for this, so my family
I-
doesn't hear any of this.
Sneaky, you are
No, hang on. I'm taking that roll away from you real quick. I want to check something. Yeah, I'm looking in the writing corner without you having the fucking writer's roll. Guess what? You're in there.
What?
You don't show up in the channel list unless you have access to it. You have access to the writing corner.
What the fuck? I couldn't see messages before.
You inebriated Jew.
Sneaky, to be honest, let's be fair, you don't have much room to talk as far as Discord's concerned.
Whoa, hold
I
on,
haven't-
hold on. At least I bring in outside
Wait.
help when I don't know what
Wait,
I'm doing.
No, you know what? This is actually my fault. I had it muted.
Oh
I had it perma-muted.
Eat massive dick.
I had it perma-muted because I never didn't write
Send
it.
me your address. I am sending you a bag of gummy dicks so you can shove them.
Fuck it. I'll send you my address. Come over. Get over here,
What?
fucking piece of shit. I'll beat the shit at you.
I will buy a
doesn't
dildo
get
bat, go down to Boston, and beat you with it.
I'll fucking fight you. Come
So,
at me.
hey, why are we playing Saints Row 3?
It's a very good question. I don't know.
Because it's a good game.
I mean, yeah, it is a good game. That's gonna trigger this fucking chosen.
Anyway. I slow my pace and take a moment to register that. I'm not going to be with anyone from Signal. I won't know anyone there. Not only that, I'm going to be 2 years younger than everyone there. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, not really, considering the point. Considering this point in time, you're already the same size as the majority of the people in Beacon. You really aren't gonna stick
Also,
out
how
like a
does
sore
she
thumb.
not know that her, like, she should at least be like, yeah, but my sister will be there.
I don't know. Because the author wants to build up the drama.
But, like, also, point of order, look, all I'm gonna say is, going somewhere where no one knows you is not really that. I should know, because I went from Chicago to Vermont. Not
And
only
that's-
did no one know me, I was a few hundred miles away from anyone who even remotely had a chance of knowing me.
I mean, that was pretty much everyone in that fucking college. Nobody knew anybody until, like, years in, effectively.
More or less, because like half of us dropped out.
Well, we dropped out because the college was a piece of shit.
Yes. I hop back and forth on my feet as I begin to panic. Well, they certainly have the over-exaggerated Ruby expressions down. Good. Thanks, Rooster Teeth. Thank you for making that canon.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, okay. Calm down. I'll be fine. I don't know why she turned German a little bit right there. I get to see all the cool weapons. Oh, and I get to show off Crescent Rose. Bam, bam. Perfect starting conversation. And then we get to talk about something. Why is talking so hard? Wait. Yang! I let out a heavy sigh, relief pouring over the tension in my body. Yang will be there. Wow, this sure is, like, making me really want to read more of this story.
Oh,
You
yeah,
sound so
totally,
enthusiastic
eh?
about it.
Like,
You really do.
but no, see, like, it's a Ruby Worm story, with the main draw being Taylor Hebert, post-Golden Morning, showing up in Ruby. And our first blah 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 blah. She finds Taylor and Allie. So like this first chunk right here, the first bit I would read is nothing to do with any of that. Maybe I would read more, but I'm not particularly interested in Ruby's point of view. That's just me personally.
Like, here's the thing. I don't mind Ruby's point of view, but it's not what I came here for. I came here to see, let's put Taylor in Ruby, and let's put Taylor after she's done some really, really bad stuff in.
Let's put Taylor in here after she's committed genocide on multiple planets.
I see nothing wrong with this.
I can just be on her team. That way, blah, 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 blah. Ozpin, Dad Yang, Ozpin, Beacon. Oh my god, there is a glint of blood. Oh my god. Oh god, what do I do? Again, I'm panicking. Do you notice she's panicking?
I've noticed that she said it like 5 times.
Too many questions happened at once. I didn't notice I was getting closer until I was next to the woman.
I'm not sure why she would be panicking given who her father is, who her uncle is, and the fact that she's at Signal.
Well, you see, character drama.
Right, but...
Well, you see, character drama.
Be, oh, that person's injured. How can I help them? Oh god, I can't help them. Call the police. Call 911. Literally anything.
Are you implying that Beacon has a 911 call?
I'm talking about the actual medical services. She's in the city.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I
she's
guess that's true.
Like, call an ambulance.
Oh. Looks like she is, actually.
Blah, 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 skin-tight bodysuit, she's totally burned up. Blah, 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 blood, blah, 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 Willie, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, is she some kind of huntress? Did someone kill a huntress?
Someone killed a huntress? Impossible.
Okay, so Ruby isn't dumb. She is actually exceedingly intelligent, as we've seen.
As evidenced by the fact that, even with a little bit of help, she built and maintained a scythe sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Like, not to throw shade at Yang or Weiss, or even most of the characters, but most of them have fairly simple weapon. Like, Yang's weapon is really simple. It's an armored gauntlet with some shotguns in there. Maintaining a shotgun versus maintaining a sniper rifle is really easy.
Yeah, and especially a sniper rifle that you're using the rifle end to beat the shit out of things with.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's intelligent, right? Oh my god, is this person a huntress? Okay, well, if she was a huntress, she would have aura. And if she has aura, that means you would, hear the gunshots. Being that she is currently bleeding out, the blood is still pouring out, she's not dead yet from the head wound where she was shot, which means it literally just happened. Just pointing that out. The term I would use for idiot is she's an idiot savant. She's a bit of a twit, but good with weapons. Well, see, the thing though is she's not an idiot savant though. She is just a savant. She's good at tactics and strategy because reasons. This is just canon. I'm just listing off canon here, despite how much I disagree with the reasoning that Rooster Teeth gives. She's good at tactics and strategy. She's good at adapting to a battlefield. She's good at weapons. And she's supposedly fairly smart because she kept up with 2 years of missing work once she got transferred to Beacon. Like, yes, she was overly stressed and, a bit, down in the first, month or so, but we never heard about her having any trouble ever again. So, she's not an idiot savant. She's just a savant. John is also supposedly a good strategist, despite he is an absolute shit. Okay, canon hardly means accurate in RWBY. Well, yes, but, as opposed to... But that's Rooster Teeth saying John is a good strategist, versus Rooster Teeth showing that RWBY was a good strategist.
Because as we all know, Rooster Teeth is really good at showing, but bad at telling.
Well, no, they're great at telling. They're just really shit at actually showing anything. They say John's a great strategist. Order, didn't I? But they didn't show that John was a great strategist. In fact, every single time they showed John, they showed how shit he was. While still saying he was great at this. And when on the opposite end, they never said Ruby was a great strategist. They just kept showing that she was. So, it's just... Actions speak louder than words. I take the actions that happen in canon as more importance over whatever the fuck people say in canon and whatever the fuck the company says. You can bullshit me all day about how Dumbledore's gay, the snake's Asian, and that black girl is actually white. But it's... You show what you show. And that's what I'm gonna take. But anyway. So she's breathing. Oh my god, she's alive. I fumbled around for my scroll as I slapped my headphones until they stopped playing music. That's not how headphones work.
Everyone in unison. That's not how headphones work.
Assuming a scroll operates anything like a modern-day smartphone, which we have no reason to believe it doesn't.
She just takes the scroll out and starts bashing her own head in, trying to turn off the headphones.
Yeah, apparently. But, the second you start making a phone call on a modern-day smartphone, anything, if you have music running in the background, or video, or whatever, anything you've got going in the background pretty much gets immediately suspended. Because you're making a phone call. And even if it didn't, I'm pretty sure it would if it was an emergency phone call.
Yep. Yeah, so Susan Brown was a character, an absolute background character in Harry Potter. She never had any important role, except for the 5th year, in which she had 3 lines. And from the 5th year onwards, Susan Brown was played by a white girl instead of a black girl as she had for the previous 4 years. Because J.K. Rowling has the final say on all character casting.
Yep. I mean, it is her work, so I guess that technically is, a thing.
I know, I'm just saying that J.K. Rowling claims that Hermione was black this whole time, even though she casted her as a white woman. And then the one time that she did have a black person in her films, she recasted them as a white woman when they had lines.
Oh, we know that J.K. Rowling's a fucking racist. She's a Brit. Brits are,
Dumbledore is part of the LGBT
bastard.
community. Yes, indeed. Didn't you know he actually had a gay relationship with Magical Hitler?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Dumbledore pegged Magical Hitler in the ass.
He did have that relationship with Magical Hitler.
Yep. Anyway. Vale Emergency Hotline. Please state your emergency. An oblong female stated.
I'm sorry.
Obliging. Sneaky doesn't know how to say the word obliging, apparently.
Good.
No,
Good.
I knew
I
it was
thought he was
obliging.
wrong.
It's just that doesn't fit at all.
Oh, we know it doesn't fit.
Help! There's a woman! She's bleeding! I think she's a huntress! Okay, honestly... Okay, so this actually goes into me griping about Ruby Canon
Oh.
again.
No, obliging totally works there.
This goes into me griping about Ruby Canon again. So,
Oh, boy.
you're in a world in which you only control, was it 5%, 3% of the landmass of the entire world? Collectively, for your species?
The map shows significantly more, but for all intents and purposes, it's probably no bigger than 15% at the greatest.
Well, yeah, but you can say you claim these lands, but still have a shit ton of Grim in it. Like,
Yeah, but so long as the Grim haven't kicked you further in, they're still technically your lands, and you still
Well,
technically own them.
yeah, but like,
and are living on them.
say we have the map of the U.S., and Grim kind of just pop up in Florida and kill everyone. Technically, we still own Florida.
No, we don't own Florida. Then the Grim own Florida.
We don't own Florida anyway.
No, we
Florida
don't own
man
Texas.
The Warp
Florida.
owns Florida.
We don't want to own Florida, but we still do.
Unfortunately.
Oh, wow, Nexus, you missed a shit ton.
But no, seriously, based on the amount of weird shit that happens in Florida, I'm prepared to say the Warp owns Florida. Back me up here, Sneak.
No, I have to admit, living in Florida, I saw some wild shit. These are gator bites. Oh, okay. Do you
sure
want
about that
sauce? What kind of sauce? It good sauce. Sure. Okay, I give good sauce.
I actually had a gator burger when I went to Florida once.
Okay, no, but for real, Gator is delicious.
It is delicious.
It's
Hands down,
just-
that the
it's
gator
just
bite.
scaly chicken.
The
It's
gator
just
bite
I was
is
scaly
gonna
probably
say,
some
you know
of the
the joke
tastiest
that
shit.
tastes like chicken.
It's literally
No, that's
chicken.
not a joke. It's not a joke. Like, people say that. People think it's a joke until they actually are. It's like, oh, you're completely right.
Oh, it was really good.
My
though.
new goal is to take the Chick-fil-A recipe and apply it to a gator.
Just speaking of which, apparently Florida man just got arrested yesterday for grabbing an alligator and then holding it like a gun and running into a store and holding people up with it.
Listen, if a man ran in with an alligator, I would give him whatever he asked for.
I have an
Yeah.
alligator. I'm not afraid to use it. What?
I was gonna say, when a man with an alligator comes walking in your store holding it like a gun, you just fucking let him have that shit.
So, Isley, Florida Man is a headline that is universally used by news agencies in Florida because Florida is the only state in the country that has its criminal record database completely open. So if it's a slow day in Florida, news reporters will just go onto the criminal record database and be like, all right, what did someone get arrested for today? And it's like, oh, Florida man arrested for riding a golf cart while tossing whiskey napalm bombs at his neighbor trying to burn down his chicken pen over BB gun dispute.
My personal favorite was the one about the woman in a McDonald's who got upset about chicken nuggets, covered herself in ketchup, rammed a chair leg up her ass, and then shit all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
There is something in the water of Florida.
Oh, we know there's something in the water.
It's
why
that
there's fucking
something's
alligators.
hurricanes. I just realized I'm pretty sure Monty included Faunus in because he was inspired by One Piece's Fishman. Either that or he just wanted to have edgy cat girls. I already came over that's a complete bait. Absolute bait. It was just drawing bait. It was artist bait.
Yeah, that like, looking at it, it's like he probably just wanted to be able to put catgirls in.
I mean, look, no one's going to blame you, Monty.
Look, all we need is Elon Musk to fund the catgirl genetic research, and then everything will be fixed.
Speaking of which, Sneaky, when are we going to write our book?
Someday.
Oh god, no.
My personal favorite is the case of the oven shooting a woman's neighbor because she was cooking bullets in her oven. Yeah.
She
I
stored bullets
forgot about
in
that.
her oven. That I feel like that's been a headline at least on three separate occasions too.
Yeah, Florida's weird. Okay, so moving on. Calm down, miss. I'm sending an emergency team to your scroll location now. Is there anyone else in the area? Are you safe? I'm fine. I'm trying to be... Oh, wait. So that's what I was going to complain about. Right. So, like I said, they don't have many resources. If they had a lot of resources, they could have pushed the Grim back, right? Makes sense?
Considering we don't have enough info either way, we'll just assume the answer to that is yes.
I mean, honestly, if they had enough resources, they could have just done basically a Terran siege crawl in which they, like, cleared 10 miles out, built a new wall, cleared another 10 miles, built another wall, and just kept populating those areas. They could have gone full Attack on Titan with this if they had the resources, which apparently they didn't then.
Attack on Titan's a completely separate thing with rather unique world reasons for all that.
I am aware. I'm actually caught up to date on Attack on Titan, but it's
just
I know.
sure.
But I know. I'm just saying though. They could have done a series of walls if they had the resources to do that, and if they really were that concerned with pushing the Grim out.
Like I said, since we don't have enough we literally do not have these. We literally do not have these statistical breakdowns to say for sure one way or the other. For all we know, they actually have a surplus of material. The problem is they literally don't have enough bodies to go around for that material.
Yeah, I know. We really don't know.
Don't have any.
Anyway,
don't have
so
really
either way, though,
about
either way, my
the
point
world.
is whether they're short on manpower or they're short on supplies, they don't have one of those two resources to waste, right? So it would make sense to weed out all the people who are going in for the extracurricular and probably expensive to maintain hunter training, who panic at the sight of blood. It would make sense, right? Like, okay, you're going to be a 4-man team. Oh, your buddy's down. Are you going to sit there and panic, or are you going to keep fighting and try and save them? Well, if you're going to do that...
It really just depends on the kind of Left 4 Dead player you are. Are you the kind that just leaves all your friends behind, like Sneaky, or are you the kind that actually stays and help, like Max?
The answer is Sneaky.
That fucking game.
I'm running ahead!
No, literally, for everyone who doesn't know context in the stream, basically, me and Zach decided to play No Mercy, I think it was, with
It's
Sneaky
always No
and Max.
Mercy. It's always No Mercy.
Yeah, and
Sneaky's the speedrunner of the group.
Yeah, well, and here's the best part is because I consistently had Sneaky on my team for my 400 plus hours Left 4 Dead 2, it got to the point where I would often carry my team.
Oh,
because I had to make
Max
up
carried
for
the shit out of
Sneaky's
us.
incompetency.
Max carried the shit out of us, lads. Max literally got me in that nut more times than I could fucking count. Especially that fucking tank with the fucking
No,
left in
it
the
was
area.
mostly you. I'm not saying I didn't go down, but I went down a lot less.
Hold the fuck up. Most of that wasn't my fault because Sneaky threw Molotovs.
Look, the Molotovs were a good decision. You sacrificed
No, they were not.
for the greater good.
I never said it was for the
No,
They
here's
were
the
decidedly
problem.
poor decisions.
Sneaky's Molotov, his first Molotov was a great idea because it hit the tank square in the face.
Problem
Then he
is, I
decided
was
to
also
shower
near the
his
tank.
No, he then decided to shower his teammates in Molotovs rather than just the one.
Yeah, no, he got like
Even though fire damage doesn't stack like that in Left 4 Dead 2 on the tank.
Yo, let me throw 3 Molotovs at the tank. Sneaky, Lord is right near the tank. I know. I don't.
Or, no, honestly,
And
but
that
this
is
is
how they
before
do
your
it.
time.
No, I remember this because I was there.
What I'm about to say, this is before your time. But back in the day, when it was the Train to Miami crew, Max is about to have some post-traumatic flashbacks right now. Back in the day,
What have you done to Max?
Is this the hey guys? I need 5 minutes. All right, I bet where the fuck are Sneaky and Trios?
no,
Is it
back
that?
in the day. Hey, director, can I have a grenade launcher? Hey, look, a grenade launcher! And Max would always be like, why? Why is there one right there? Nothing spawns there normally.
Yeah, this was during the time where, at this point, we'd pretty much memorized most of the weapon spawn locations. It's like, are you shitting me?
It's like, why is there suddenly?
Is there a 2% chance I didn't know about?
Hey,
Or
Jackson,
my
can I have a
personal
grenade
favorite.
launcher?
when-
Oh, hey, look, a
my
grenade
pers-
launcher.
One of my personal favorites will always be with, like, you decided to take a piss at the director, which was rare for you. It's like, hey, it's not like the director will give us like 2 tanks and a witch.
No,
Hey,
you're
guys.
misquoting me, Max. It was, it would be fun right now.
Oh,
2 tanks
right,
and
yeah.
a witch around every corner.
Hey, sorry. He tried to get sarcastic. And then it's like, okay, there's a tank there. All right, we can just run from the tank.
Witch!
Yeah, it's like, okay, we took care of the witch. We could just run from the tank. Turn corner.
Another
Why is there
witch.
another tank? No. No, that was a tank and 3 witches because we were in the sugar plantation
Yeah.
where there are just witches everywhere. It's like, god damn it. They're not supposed to spawn this close, Sneaky. This is your fault.
Or the time that Max called the director a man and proceeded to get death charged within seconds of him saying it.
Right off to No Mercy Hospital in the construction area.
Like, it was literally, I think the director's a man. Blam!
Does that happen to you often, Max? 'Cause I recall that happening in our game as well.
No, that doesn't happen very often. That death charge felt accidental. The first one that ever happened to me by the director was like he said, you know what? Fuck it. The director's a man, obviously. Wham! I'm so sorry, director.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Please never
Just
do that.
just an immediate apology.
Oh my, I wish we honestly could have recorded that, because that would have been some great freaking footage. Because it was just shit like, hey director, can I have a hunter? I spawn as a hunter. Hey director, can I have a charger? I spawn as a charger. I want to be the tank now. I'm a tank now.
We're way off.
We are so off, because
we are so far to
I
real.
hate this so much. It's just
I don't even
Ruby's
know how we
panicking,
derailed
Ruby's
this
stuttering.
hard.
She's just freaking out. It's like.
I think it's
Now-
partly my fault.
Well, hang on. To be fair, like, this is probably the first time she's had to deal with something like this. I think it's fine for a 15-year-old who probably wasn't trained to fight humans to have a tiny freak out.
No, it's not, because if she's a huntress in training, right? Which means she's going to be a huntress eventually, right? Which means that she's going to get called to a village to stop the Grim. Is she going to freeze up when she sees some kid die?
I don't know, Sneaky, because she went to fucking Beacon Academy 2 years early.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
I
my
mean,
point,
We
though.
don't know when they actually start training them
But
for
that's
that
my
kind
point,
of situation.
though. That
To
should
be
be the
fair, when she
first thing you
kinda-
should be training them in.
Okay,
To be fair,
but I'm
when-
sorry to tell you this, Sneaky. We don't know the rules of the world. You could be right, you could be
I know,
wrong.
that's
We
why I'm
don't
just
actually
griping.
know.
I'm griping. Let an old man gripe, damn it.
No.
You're not that. I'm older than you.
Most of us are older than you.
Fuck you, I'm older than
he's
you.
older than you and me, you idiot.
Oh, what?
Eat shit.
Wow! How
I
did
keep
you
thinking-
completely
I keep thinking,
How
miss?
like-
retarded are you?
I keep thinking y'all are. I keep thinking people are younger than me for some reason. Maybe it's because of my fucking current college situation. That's probably why. Used to
Dude,
be-
your
But-
current college situation, we are literally 2 years out of college. Why do you think we're younger than you?
You want to rephrase that?
No,
No.
no, what you said makes perfect sense.
What I
Turn
said
your
is
ears on.
perfectly accurate.
2 years, 2 to 3 years out of a 4-year college, mate.
Hold on, let me check something.
Oh my god.
I need to go
I
check
think
my.
he's-
Holy
How
shit.
much of the
Are you still
podcast?
in college because you just kept failing math?
Yes. Apparently, I am just that dumb. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, what
Now I'm
happened
insulted.
Max?
What?
I had to drop out of college because apparently my brain cannot just fucking handle calculus. Turns out
I'm
calculus,
sorry.
the most important thing for an engineer, is just not clicking in my brain, and I don't know why. I even went back and looked at it like, no, I can't. I don't know why.
I remember you sent me one of your calculus equations once, and I was just like, what the fucking unholy sorcery is this?
I mean, to be fair, Max, from the amount of talking I've got from one of my mom's engineering friends, he doesn't know calculus either. He just sort of wings it as much as he goes. Granted, he's an electrician, but still.
Oh, no, I could totally do electrical calculations. I don't need calculus for that. Those are easy.
Yeah, no,
I just
electrical
want-
engineering.
he-
Okay,
basically,
look,
was talking-
look, I'm gonna say
Alright.
this reminds me of my favorite memory from Champlain.
Oh yeah.
Mickey. So we were sitting in the dining hall, and it was a bunch of us from the dorm. We were all in the game design program.
Except for me.
You weren't here. You weren't here for this one. So we're all sitting
So
around.
this isn't what I'm thinking of. Okay.
No, it's not. So we're all sitting around at the table, and I wasn't taking any of the coding classes, but I had taken coding before. And so me and all the programmers were sitting around trying to figure out some of the homework assignments. So we're all writing spaghetti code down on the napkin. And all the artists were at the other end of the table, and they were like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" They spent about 10 minutes looking at the, I think, 30-odd napkins of spaghetti code before going, this makes my brain hurt, and then they started a drawing competition.
Yeah, no, but like I probably could have been an electrician because really, when you're an electrician, here's the only thing you need to know: don't touch the live wire without protection.
Hey, is that grounded? No, I'm not getting near it.
Like, hey, is that
Well,
grounded? Yeah. Okay, cool. Have you turned off the power? No. Okay, go turn off the power.
Okay,
Then I'll fix
so,
it.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
he took
guys,
the-
shush. Relevant English lesson. Relevant English
Oh,
lesson
no.
time.
Oh,
No, that's never good with you.
So the I believe the term's etymology. Am I correct here?
Looking at where words come from, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. So the etymology of his is actually pretty interesting because it comes from not the male form of reference. I don't remember the exact thing that it comes from, but it comes from I believe some form of Scandinavian word. But basically, modern day Tumblrites believe that anything with the word man and his in it mean male, when in actuality, man used to mean person, and we had wereman, which meant male, and wifman, which meant wife, or sorry, not wife, female, and that's where we got wif, meaning wife, and werewolf, man wolf. Male
of
wolf.
course, that's where we have the hilariously bad translation with Sega making werehog.
Yeah.
In the
But anyway, so the etymology of his is actually a completely different subsection of word history than the English variant male reference.
well, apparently, so etymology of his modern English comes from Middle English his, coming from Old English, coming from Proto-Germanic,
Okay.
which was genitive of another Proto-Germanic from Indo-European. And then it also shares some etymology with the Icelandic word Hans. It's also
Right,
Danish.
that's
Swedish,
where
and
I thought the
Norwegian.
Scandinavian was coming in, yep.
Yeah, no, so I think it came from Proto-Indo-European before anything else.
Yeah, so basically...
And it literally meant this.
Yeah, exactly. That's his, this. Yeah, English added to a lot of... because reasons.
But then Americans came along and we really fucked up the English language.
Yeah, we
that's
really
what I'm
did.
saying with the whole hurt. I know you know Isley. We do have other people besides you.
Freedom to the English language.
It's just so her story and Hugh Women and all what's the new woman one, Wixman or whatever it is that removes the man part of woman.
Wait, are you sure Isley's not asking about the FMV based game Her Story, where you put together a bunch of clues from videos?
No, we were
That was a
talking
really
about-
well done game.
No,
It was actually fabulously done.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
She was talking about history and then Her Story, so I was just like, oh, okay. Because I've heard of Her Story before. It's this Tumblr feminist movement where they're basically trying to replace anything with the word his or man in it with the female variant, because it's patriarchy when they don't really understand the etymology of man and his.
What's that? Tumblr feminists not knowing how the English language works? Perish the thought.
Yeah, I know. So that there you go. There's your actually relevant educational English lesson for today. Now let's get back to the mocking the really shit story.
And
See ya,
going
see ya.
up.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Okay, we're hanging.
Huh. I don't know about the initial use of the word, but like it started seeing some use in the mid 1960s apparently.
What, her
Very
story?
very light. Yeah, very light use though. Very light use. It didn't spike until actually
Pokemon's also
this
seen
word's-
use.
This word has seen some use since the like
Well,
mid 60s.
Max, you also have to keep in mind that other words like Pokemon used to also mean something. It used to mean a dullard in like
No,
the
I
1800s.
I get
I'm
that,
sorry?
but
Yeah.
like
Pokemon, for a very brief period of time in the 1800s, meant dullard, and so it appeared in like 4 to 5 books.
Okay then.
Yep.
yeah, because well, Japan just has a weird.
Japan
Weird.
has a very weird language. Japanese is weird.
Well, no, Pokemon, Pocket Monster. Yeah, sure, it makes sense. But Japan also has a habit of just taking old ass words from other languages sometimes and putting puns on
See ya,
them.
C8.
Oh, there goes C8.
Anyway, so blah blah blah. Can you check about how their aura levels are depleted? I'll get first responders there. Well, okay, look. This is a stupid question. Can you check to see how depleted their aura is? I don't know. They have 2 bullets in their face. I would say their aura is pretty fucking depleted.
Well, no, to be fair, Sneaky, we've seen people in that universe receive wounds even though their aura isn't gone.
Okay, well that's just the intrinsic nature of not being able to stick to any form of canon.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, we have seen wounds partially pass through aura if they're heavy enough.
Okay, bullets exiting your skull is not partially passing through the aura.
Okay, but she's panicking. Regardless of whether or not we think she should be, she is. So has she really had time to feel their skull and go, oh Christ, there's entry and exit wounds?
Okay, no, but there's still massive hemorrhaging. This has already been described. Massive hemorrhaging has already been described. And the person on the emergency line is like, can you tell me what their aura levels are? It's just like, I would say they're pretty fucking low considering they have 2 bullets in their face.
I'm sorry, just the fucking image of that conversation. It's like, can you check their aura levels? Well, they have 2 bullets in the head. I'm
There's
not sure if they
massive
have aura.
internal hemorrhaging. I'm pretty sure their aura is low.
You are dead. Is not a big surprise.
Without replying, I started to look for an opening in the woman's armor, someplace where the skin was open. The massive head
Have you
wounds!
tried the face?
I'm sorry.
Have you tried
but
working the shaft?
I'm a little worried
Shake weight!
about the way that that's worded.
Oh, we're shipping Taylor and Ruby. Let's have a look. None of the burn marks or scrapes opened up to the skin. I grew more frantic as my eyes shot over the woman's body. Ultimately, I found myself staring at the woman's missing limb. Here we go. Let's go. I tried to steel myself, but all I did was stop to realize how heretic my breathing was, and how nervous sweat how long since formed on my body.
I'm sorry. Did you mean hectic?
Yes.
I said heretic on purpose, which is why I didn't bring it up.
I don't know that he did say it on purpose. I'm never sure with
did.
him.
Pretty sure I put a video of Ruby retcons. Yes, you did. Yeah, or I got retconned like 2 to 3 times.
No, I think
Something
there's
like
actually
that.
been 4 to 5.
Even if it wasn't like hard retcons of like this is completely changing, it was sort of like soft retcons of like we're gonna change how this gets displayed, and we're gonna change like the background mechanics of it that we didn't really explain before.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sneaky, I got some story ideas. I might be stealing your magic system and throwing in the faith system we came up for Dark Souls.
Good,
Just to let you
because
know,
I was
you won't-
actually gonna post that. Actually, I was gonna at some point, hopefully this weekend, because do I have off this weekend? No, I'm working heavily this weekend. I have off at some point, and I'm hoping to actually write a diary of a mad scientist, where I actually like post all of that.
Oh, you're gonna get that going again.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna write that out. Yeah.
That's nice. I'm just letting you know that I am just gonna like yoink the magic system and remold it slightly for some story ideas.
Yeah, go for it.
You won't be credited.
You damn well better credit
Except
me.
I'll
Thanks
just
to
put in
Sneaky
some
Devil for
jackass
making my
named
life.
Sneaky.
Some jackass named Sneaky.
At
An
least it's not
accurate
Sue.
summary.
Blah 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 blah. Revealing a scarred stub leading to angry red skin. I placed my hand and pushed my aura out, expecting to feel a weak push of almost an exhausted base of aura. Instead, I found nothing. Is her aura so drained I can't sense it? I pushed deeper and deeper and deeper into her. Trying to find something.
He's
anything.
reading it that way on purpose. Just
Anything that could possibly
Ignore it.
help this person. Suddenly, I felt my prodding of aura forced out by a fierce and cold wave. I felt an immediate chill as I caught the sensation of a mountain of aura locked away within this woman. Wait, she's not a huntress then. Why is she wearing all this gear then? Miss Rose, are you there? Please respond. The noise shook me out of my shock. Yes, I'm still here. Okay, good. Please stay on the line, miss. Were you able to check her aura levels? Yes, she doesn't have aura. I could activate it. I froze again, now dreading forming from what I just realized. I don't know how to chant or even on someone else's aura. That was it. This woman. That's
sorry.
literally what it says.
No, I know, but the fact that they forgot to finish unlock is just.
I don't even know how to un someone else.
Isley.
We have reached new levels of shitposting, lads. What did Isley say?
No, Isley's just doing the usual gag of not
Isley-
realizing that Atin is not me and I'm not Atin.
Isley, no. Isley, no. Isley, no.
Hey, I
You
mean,
stop that.
look, at least it's still better than keeping a half-dead unconscious girl locked up in a tube in your deep and dark basement. While you look for someone on your campus
An
to
accurate
sacrifice and
statement.
shove her soul into.
like,
Alright,
let's
I'm
be
gonna
real.
need some
That
photo
would
context.
not be out of place in a 40K novel.
It really isn't. That is why I called it out when I was writing the Naruto Ruby story, which to be honest, I might discontinue because of how much I'm just disinterested in Ruby these days in terms of like even trying to fix it, because it's clear they have gone fully off the rails in terms of even paying attention to canon at this point.
Yeah, can't really deny that. On the
Oh,
bright side,
what's
we did
that?
it
Ruby can now turn
Darn
other
it.
people into bundles of rose petals? Okay. Sure. Are they gonna do a Gurren Lagann spiral drill John empowered harem dick that's going to drill so hard into Salem she dies? In the first episode of the 6th season, spoiler alert, Ruby grabs Weiss and they spin into a giant puddle of white roses. Cough. Cough. white roses. Anyway. Apparently it's not a meme. Literally, our entire user base has trouble separating you two.
How?
I thought it was literally just Isley.
No, Tension just said he had trouble too.
God.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I don't even know how, because I've heard my voice and Ed's voice on mic at the same time. I have a lower pitch than Atin does. So
Yes.
I don't know how.
I can agree, Atin does reach quite high pitch.
I'm just gonna not even pretend that you said that.
Like he's on someone's period. What? Your voices are different, but the problem is remembering who is who.
I like that Nexus, you're like, wait, some of you can't tell the difference?
Anyway, let's see.
Some of our fans need to get their fucking ears checked.
Without Aura help stabilizing her, she wasn't gonna make it, and blah blah blah. Oh my god, this whammon was gonna die. Miss Rose, I'm gonna walk you through the process. It might not work, but we can do it together. Alright, the chant and blah 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 blah. Fan in, fan in, fan in, fan in, fan in. Fan in, fan in, fan in, fan in, fan in, fan in.
I was gonna say, because here's the thing. Literally anything besides I chanted and boom it happened is fanon.
Yeah. Literally anything is fan. Literally. Anything but Pyrrha using that exact chant on John is fanon.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. From everything we've seen, all you have to do is have your own aura unlocked and do the chant. We don't even know
that though. For all we know, that's just something Pyrrha does to help her. Like we literally do not know.
Right, I'm saying.
Anything.
Here's the thing: we know we know it can be done, and we know that at least the only person we've ever seen do it associated a chant with it.
Yeah.
So.
But the problem is we can't say you need a chant to unlock someone else's aura. The only conclusion we can come to is you need your aura already unlocked. That's the only conclusion we can come to right now to unlock someone else's aura. Because we have no other samples. For all we know, Peter needed that chant.
I get that, but I'm saying someone, because we also have no other samples, someone isn't wrong for including the chant either. No, that's what I'm saying though. It's still fanon. Like everything outside of that one single scenario is fanon because there is nothing to compare it to besides a single scenario.
Yeah. Unless somewhere they mentioned, oh yeah, you need a chant, which they could have in one of the commentaries.
They might have, honestly.
I don't think I've ever actually cared enough to find out one way or the other.
Yeah, I am with Isley on this. I kind of do enjoy the idea of every person having their own idealized chant for unlocking someone else's aura.
Behold, nothing makes sense.
I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe everybody has a chant.
Maybe everyone's got an aria for their reality marble.
Sneaky. Now all I can imagine is just Space Marines. Space Marines going on a 7-hour-long chant about the glory of the Emperor to unlock someone's aura.
No, they would absolutely.
Well, now I have two stories.
It would absolutely be like that, though, Ad. For Warhammer, it would absolutely be like some sort of arena where, like, every single Space Marine is gathered around in a giant circle, and they're all chanting prayers to the Emperor, while the person in the middle's, like, fighting off, like, their shadow clone or some shit.
You have some members of the Ecclesiarchy standing by with Holy Prometheum just in case it goes wrong.
Exactly. They absolutely would do it like that.
Okay, but you gotta admit, that would make it a hell of a lot more ceremonial, at least. Bunch of guys in power armor standing around chanting the blessings of the Emperor going, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Well, they'd be having to say it in High Gothic then. It can't be like Low Gothic. It would be just...
Oh, you just mean Latin?
Exactly.
It's High Gothic. It's fucking Latin.
No, it's not. You don't understand.
It's Low Gothic.
It's
It's
not even
English.
just Latin. It's mangled Latin.
It's even better because Low Gothic's like mangled English and German combined. Anyway, let's see. I repeated the sentence and blah 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 blah. My aura flowed into her. My aura filled the woman, and I felt the woman's locked aura push into mine.
They really are just like no sense.
Oh god.
The feeling of the woman's aura was scary. It felt
I'll be
harsh,
back.
yet concise.
Look, I don't know if this person is
Harsh
purposely
yet
writing it.
concise? What does that mean?
That it's a bunch of nonsense words. Look, I don't know if this person is purposefully writing it to be as filled with innuendo as possible, but boom!
Shrek is love, Shrek is life, smash head into book. Shrek is love, Shrek is life, smash head into book.
Please stop summoning the Dark Chaos God.
That's how Chaos unlocks aura.
No, I'm pretty sure. Let's be real. It changes. For the Slaneshi cultists, it's Slaneshi thing. For Korn, it's like rip somebody's head off, drink the blood.
Are you
For-
saying that
You
can
must
have-
kill 30 orphans and then bathe in their blood.
For
I
Zeech,
mean, yes.
I mean,
that
for
seems
Zeech,
about
it would
right.
actually just be pretty normal, except that each time you do it, you like take a bit of
No,
the person's soul.
for Siege, you just have to answer like 13 riddles.
No,
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no,
say
that's
for
not-
Zinch you have to succeed the drinking game.
No.
Yeah.
For Zeech, it would be like very manipulative of the person that you're giving the aura to.
No, for Zinch it would literally be the wheel. You have to spin the wheel to see what task you need to do.
Spin the wheel! You landed on the free space. Oh, does that mean I get my aura for free? No, it means your soul is free. Mine. All according to plan.
Would you like to spin again?
Fuck it. You already took my soul. Now I'm imagining Magnus the Red having to go through that. God damn it.
To unlock your psycho powers, you must spin the wheel!
Well, the father already hates me, so whatever, I'll spin.
Sneaky.
And I'm doomed.
Yes?
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what would all I can think about is sticking Robert Gulliman, whatever, Primarch of the Ultra Smurf in Ruby. Where are my Ultramarines? What's an Ultramarine? 72 years later.
3,000 years later.
Smurf! That's actually how the Ultra Smurfs unlock aura.
That's the
Smurf!
Is that their war chant?
Yes.
It's not completely out of the ordinary, so fuck it.
Kek is the one
Smurfs.
true god, the savior. Nope, no.
No, you shut
Helix is the true savior.
Go back to Pole.
Anyway, blah blah blah. The pressure needed to unlock the woman's aura was intense. The amount of aura I needed to use was staggering. Finally, I felt the dam break as the woman's aura cascaded throughout her body.
Do not read the fic in chat.
A ragged breath came out as felt fatigue from loss of my aura. Surprised myself from the amount this woman must have needed for me to use so much. Doesn't Ruby have, like, below average aura? The woman's chest seemed to rise more than before.
I don't know where you're getting that information from. I genuinely don't.
I don't know, because they never fucking quantify this. It's like literally,
No.
literally, aura in Ruby is just how long do we need the fight to go on for.
I would just say it's even more nebulous and undefined than the goddamn Force.
Let
Or
the
for that
Force be
matter,
with
the
you! Oh, let it be inside you too!
Luke Skywalker, the greatest of hunters.
I am a master of the Force. Yo, let me die after astral projecting.
And that's why the story.
Well, what's your semblance? YOLO!
I swear to God, if we actually get Mara Jade in the new Star Wars movies,
I would love to get Mara Jade, but they're not
No,
gonna put her in
why
there.
would you want
What's
her
your
in?
stand? Oh, it's party rock!
Here's the
No.
thing, right? They're like, oh, we need strong females in the Star Wars universe. You threw out Mara goddamn Jade.
Well, to be fair, if they put Mara Jade in, do you really think she would be untainted from the
Oh,
Disney juggernaut?
God no. God no.
Like, she'd be
Oh boy,
fucking
is this a Ruby fanfic? You know it's a Ruby fanfic, because we're complaining about Ruby shit.
We're complaining about Ruby. What makes you think we're not doing a Ruby fic?
Anyway, so blah blah blah. She seems to be breathing now. Just stay on the phone and blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Sirens. Blah blah blah. You certainly get into interesting situations, a familiar voice said almost amusingly. Literally, a person is bleeding out in front of you. Are you really gonna say this with an amusing tone? Fucking husband.
I mean, to be fair, he probably just watched the whole Aura thing go down, so he's like, well, this is about all we can do until, like, a medic arrives.
So blah 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 blah, describing Ruby characters, which you really should know if you're reading a Ruby fic. Because, honestly, trying to remember the written descriptions of Ruby characters is an effort of futility, because literally all of them are cosplay bait. And it's like, oh yeah, Yang's got this scarf on her leg. What?
Fuck if we know, dude.
Blake is dressed like a penguin. Why?
Again, fuck if we know, dude.
Also a stripper. Maybe that's why she keeps attracting lesbian terrorists.
Why is she not in jail?
Because the writers are shit. And we've known this for
We
very long
can't jail
time.
lesbians. Please, Tumblr would shit on us.
Honestly, I'm still kind of miffed about the whole, let's just forgive and forget what the humans have done to us. Excuse me, there's still people in fucking mines. This is a terrible racist analogy.
I just want to point out that if Faunus were supposed to be black people, having them be an extremely violent terrorist group that effectively set back any chances of civil rights was a very poor decision if you were trying to start a conversation about race and discrimination. Probably one of the worst decisions you could have made, because now we have a lesbian terrorist pedophile who is not in jail because reasons.
Okay, I got most of it. Why pedophile?
Because she apparently was highly attracted to Blake when Blake was a kid.
But she was also a kid. That wouldn't make her a pedophile.
Actually, it's still pedophilia under the law. Even if a child distributes pictures of themselves naked, it's still considered child porn, and they're still considered child porn traffickers, even if they are just sending a picture of themselves to someone.
That's dumb.
That's really dumb.
Well, that's how bureaucracy works, so...
No, that's more like how our justice system works.
Look, at least we're not Alabama, where you can go to jail for not wearing pants on Tuesdays in Albuquerque.
I'm sorry?
He isn't joking.
No, I'm not. He's correct. A couple of teens got in trouble for sending nudes of each other. Yep. Anyway, so it's moving on. Blah, 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 blah. What are you doing here? I was alerted of a potentially fatally injured huntress. When I saw your name on the report, what are you doing here? Wait. Why the hell would they call Ozpin?
Hold on, a report's already been submitted? Sneaky, you worked for the government. Tell me, would a report on an incident have been submitted like 30 seconds after the incident, a written report.
As soon as it's reported, yes, a report would be submitted. As far as that report leaving the station it was submitted at, 36 hours minimum.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, we wouldn't hear back for maybe up to 2 to 3 weeks sometimes on reports that we submitted. And that was just a confirmation response of, yeah, we got the report.
Okay. All of that is suffice to say. Full of shit.
All of that is suffice to say is, Ozpin, you are not supposed to be here. Also, why is Glinda here? Anyway, so blah 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 blah.
I mean,
blah,
depending
blah,
on
blah,
which
blah,
interpretation of the characters you subscribe to, it might be that just anytime Ozpin goes out in public, she's like, Jesus Christ, I have to follow this moron.
That's possible. And blah 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 blah. I'm okay. I haven't seen this before. Blah 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 blah. It's an unfortunate reality. Everyone needs to experience it. Blah blah blah. What you did as a huntsman would do. You saved her life. Blah 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 blah. Your path is righteous. Blah blah blah. I'm praising you. Die for me. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Oh my god! I forgot to call Dad. Oh no, the bullheads are gone. I assume you might need a place to stay tonight. Wait. Hold the fuck up. Are you telling me that Ruby Rose apparently spent, I would say around 5 to 15 minutes waiting for this ambulance to get there, right? And that was enough time for her to miss the last bullhead that she was walking to. Not running, mind you. She was skipping, jumping, and singing. Clearly not in a rush. But she spent 5 to 10 minutes waiting for an ambulance for a woman, and now she's missed the last bullhead. You would think she'd be in a bit more of a rush then, right? Wouldn't that be a way to do a one-shot? Oh, Ruby was too busy flying away in her rose form because she's about to miss the last bullhead. Taylor bleeds out in an alleyway. Story over.
Problem
Zoom.
solved.
Done.
Problem solved. Series over.
Anyway, so, blah, 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 blah. I'll give you a house for tonight. I'll let your dad know. Blah, 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 blah. Do I need to remind you that even though the semester hasn't begun, you must follow all the rules? Ozpin Pav. What can you tell me about the woman? Blah, 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 backstory. Blah, 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 blah. More backstory of just the doctor. Blah, 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 blah. She's injured. Haven't seen anything like it. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, really? You've never seen someone shot before? Since the revolution? Really? There has never been an armed mugging in 60 years.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did I just
As a
come
matter
back
of fact,
to?
we know that's untrue because one would have happened like the
Okay,
day
so
before.
the writer is having the doctor say that he hasn't seen a bullet wound like this since the revolution. That apparently in Vale there has never been an armed mugging in 80 years.
We don't actually know how long ago the revolution was, and part of that comes from the fact that some people have. So there appear to be people in their 40s and 50s that still have names that have nothing to do with colors.
Alright, so Ruby's generation, so 20 years.
Yeah, roughly 20 to 30 years at the absolute
There has
least.
never been an armed mugging in Vale in the past 20 years.
Involving 2 bullets in the brain?
No, just
Probably
shooting,
not.
period.
He said it. How is it? specifically worded?
Blah blah blah, how is she? I honestly was hoping you'd be able to tell me something about this person. I haven't seen something like this since the revolution. And even then, the cases were rare because the wounded were always killed first.
That is so incredibly vague.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm left to assume that they're referring to I haven't seen gunshots since the revolution.
Yeah.
With that kind of vague
Which is, of course,
writing.
blatantly false.
I am a doctor in the best hospital in Vale, and I am trusted by Ozpin, and I have never seen a gun wound in over 20 years.
Oh shit, no, if this guy's trusted by Ozpin, I refuse to believe he hasn't had to deal with, like, covert agents before on a need-to-know basis.
Like, think about how many times Crow has gotten shot.
Well, I mean, that depends. Are we talking about the
Actually,
bullets
that's
or the alcohol?
that's a really good question,
Because
actually.
Crow's gotten lots of shots.
You stop
Fuck
that.
you.
You stop that. Oh God.
Anyway, so
Oh,
blah
no.
blah blah blah. Those are the worst of times, and blah 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 field surgery, and blah 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 rage and hatred. Can you explain further? I don't know what's going on. Scar tissue on 10% of her body, from small cuts all the way to a large laceration. Contusions everywhere. I don't know if she's been beaten up every day or just abused, but there's a plethora of old damage. Wait, Re the fuck wind. So we're talking about, I have never seen this before, and he's talking about having large amounts of scar tissue and old wounds. I have never seen people in combat a lot since the old war. What?
You work in a hospital. That is patently untrue.
What? Also, like 10%, like are we talking about 10% of her body? Are we talking about 10% of her visible skin? Or are we talking about internals as well? Because 10% is a lot of fucking scar tissue.
That's at least an entire arm.
I guess it costs an arm and a leg.
And server muted.
I will not apologize.
Her right arm is missing. We've never seen this before. It's been
You have-
Don't worry,
cauterized.
nose hair. You'll get your fetish.
It's been cauterized, and there's a bit
I'm
of
going
metal
to
infused into the bone of her acromion.
The fuck is a chromion?
I don't, at this point, I don't think the author even knows at this point. She must have been stabbed in the shoulder, and then the bone healed around it. That is not how that works at all. No!
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Check a burn ward. It's not too unusual for severe burns to take up more than 50% of your skin. Well, see, that's the thing, though, Isley. Is your skin is actually a very small part of your total body. In terms of what can be scar tissue. And they didn't say 10% of your skin was scarred. They said 10% of the body was scarred. Which is what I'm saying, is the doctor talking about 10% of the skin being scarred, or just the whole body in total? Because that's a lot of fucking scarring. If you're just talking about the general body. That's like internal scarring. Also, Taylor was not set on fire. Yet. Recently. Pretty sure he's referencing the injury Flechette gave Taylor when she went to talk to Parian. He's referring to the area where the bolt melded with her bone. Oh, you're right. Except, if the bone healed around it, it would have pushed the shard out, because that's what the body do. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, but... And the wording of it's a bit... A faint scar seems to peek out of her hairline. Location considering surgery, but we found no evidence of surgery. Unless someone was cutting her head open and stopped. That was Bonesaw, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Bonesaw.
What is this person now? The TF2
Bonesaw,
medic?
mannequin? No, Bonesaw is a lolly that is psychotic.
I'm sorry? What?
Bonesaw is a psycho
he's
murder
not wrong.
lolly.
So what, it's a lowly medic?
So imagine the medic, except a lolly, and also the most wanted criminal in the world.
I mean, the medic was already pretty much a wanted criminal.
Okay,
So-
but like, we're talking
So
about...
just the medic that's a lowly.
She made Frankensteins out of people.
Yeah, a 12-year-old with biomedical tinkering powers who was essentially traumatized on purpose by the most wanted criminal in the... Well, one of the most wanted criminals in the world. I don't know if he's the most wanted.
Honestly, he's not really the most wanted. Like, it's like Crawler and
It's-
Bonesaw are higher than
well-
him, because he's just
Yeah,
got
well,
a
like
knife.
I said, one of. I consider like all of the 9 to easily be in at least the top like 12.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
like because if everybody's like, oh, the Slaughterhouse 9, well, everything's gone to shit because 9 of the most wanted criminals in the fucking world have shown up in my town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so blah blah blah.
It's like every D&D campaign.
Quick,
I'm not gonna lie, I just
quick!
had
Offer them a quest and give them money. Maybe they'll leave.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, they're looking in Fred's basement. That's where he keeps his taxidermy.
Oh no, Fred! Oh, they're gutting him! Oh my god! Now I want to write a one-shot worm D&D crackfic in which the Slaughterhouse 9 shows up in a town, and like a random generic villager comes up. Oh, good! You are here to save us from the goblins. Come, I will take you to the village chief. And they just get issued a quest to go kill goblins. And that's why they left the town.
But would they? No. But would they even go? I mean, I feel like the first time they'd go along as like a joke.
That's why it's a one shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
God,
I mean, then
XCOM
again,
2 is
given the
breaking.
way that most of them are, all they really want for most of them is money and the ability to do what they want.
Anyway, so also murder. They want a lot of murder. They're not really
Right.
concerned with money. They're kind of more concerned with murder.
Right, and adventuring would give them that in spades. They might
The
actually
Slaughterhouse
turn out
9 become the world's best adventurers.
Well, no, because they'll be like, I mean, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna? hunt
Oh,
the
good!
village-
The Slaughterhouse 9 are here! You'll save us from the Demon Lord! Demon Lord? Yeah, lots of money. He's got like 3 million people following him, and he's basically unkillable.
Did he
I
live in
heard
that
money.
castle? No, the best part. Did he live in that castle down the road? Yeah. Oh,
Oh, he did.
we took
No,
care of
but,
that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. Like if you presented like Jack with, well, do you want to murder this peasant, or do you want to murder this hobgoblin? Well, the hobgoblin's going to put up a bigger fight and is going to be easier to terrify.
Actually, that would probably depend. Jack is very much a chaotic neutral.
No, Jack
Okay.
is very much a
It-
chaotic, evil, chaotic.
Well, the issue is that like he just doesn't care. He strikes me as I do this at my whim. It just so happens that most of what I find entertaining falls on the wrong side of the law.
No, they went a little bit deeper than that. He's like a little bit more anarchy, lol, chaos kind of guy. Like not like I'm not saying he's not chaotic neutral. He's just more of a chaotic evil leaning chaotic neutral.
Okay, he's the dickhead in the party that kind of skews the moral compasses.
He's
so
like
to
that
speak.
guy in the D&D party who's like, "Oh, thank you, peasant, for giving us this quest. Say, do you have a family at home?" "Why, no. The goblins have killed them all." "Oh, that's terrible." Stabs guy, loots pockets. That's the sort of guy he is.
That went a different way than I expected it to.
Were you expecting rape?
Yeah, but he isn't wrong.
Why would you suddenly default to that?
I don't. What were you expecting? Would you be like, "Oh, because Jack's not the kind of guy like, oh yes, you having a problem there, buddy? I'll help you with that problem, old buddy, old pal." He's not that kind of chaotic neutral. He's like,
Oh no, I was gonna say
Chaos
like,
and
oh, you
mayhem.
have no family. Okay, waits until they're asleep, steals all their stuff, and then lights their house on fire, and then leaves. Not instant
no,
stab.
that is chaotic
No, that's
evil. That's chaotic.
No.
That's just flat out
chaotic
chaotic
evil
evil.
is stabbing them. Chaotic neutral is being an asshole about it.
No,
Maybe
no.
not.
I
No.
would say the quick death and then looting of the pockets is chaotic neutral. It's an in the moment sort of thing. Chaotic evil is like, I'm going to burn your house down with lemons because how dare you give me lemons.
Did you know that in some cultures, lemons are an offensive gift? What culture? Mine.
Mine!
Oh.
I will be known as the man who burns life's house down for daring to give me lemons. Cave Johnson, you were truly the greatest of characters.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Isley left.
Yeah,
Isley
I
leave, well,
had to
I
go.
Hmm.
Anyway, so blah 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 blah. She's injured. Blah 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 blah. Oh my God, she is super hard. Oh my God, we're pitying her so hard. Oh wow, this woman had such terrible experiences. So many lose themselves to the darkness. It's so painful to watch. Wait, you said almost all of it? Yep. All of Jane Doe's injuries were older now because the arm was cauterized. They all had time to scab and scar. The blood at the scene was from her getting double tapped in the back of the head. The bullets were clean and kept going straight through, blah blah. Weird tumor we found in her head, sadly inoperable, but didn't seem to be pressing against her brain to cause damage. However, the least damaging bullet to the head wounds I've ever seen or heard of. The hole's already closed, and all that's left to heal is inside, blah blah blah. I don't know if someone tried to execute her, but they might have performed brain surgery via bullet on the poor girl. Her aura's helped a bunch, though. Blah blah blah, she saved her life, blah blah blah, no kind of telling of effects that might be on her. Blah blah blah, if she wakes up at all, she might have anything happen to her. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah, we couldn't identify her, blah 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 blah. She has an impressive amount of weaponry for someone without their aura unlocked. We had to use bolt cutters to get her bodysuit off of her.
Did something just happen to your mic, Sneaky?
I moved away from it.
Okay.
Anyway, blah
You went a
blah
little
blah blah
tinny.
blah blah. Serial tag number, so it's not mass produced. Blah 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 blah.
I'm sorry, did you say serial tag number so it's not mass produced?
Yeah, there's no serial or tag number on her homemade silk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when her stuff was mass produced, it just had it filed off. I'm sure they'd be able to tell the difference.
What?
I'm sorry, are they talking about the body armor or her weapons?
The body
Her
armor.
body armor.
Sneaky
I
just
thought
said
it
her
was-
suit. What'd you think he said?
For some reason, I thought I heard knife. I'm sorry. I've had a
I'm
long
never
day.
inviting you to a wedding.
I've had a long day.
I am never inviting you to a wedding. If I say suit and you're like, bring a knife, got it.
I just like.
You're not gonna get married anyway, so that's not a concern.
Max, never invite him to a wedding, because he's just gonna show up with this big-ass knife and be like, Max, I'm naked and I got a knife, like you asked me to.
Hey, it would make it memorable.
In all
Walk
the
up
wrong
there,
ways.
Walk up there, ready for the best man speech. Slam a knife the size of my arm into the pulpit.
Now this
Alright,
is a
I'm not sure why
knife!
Max asked me to bring a knife, but
I am ready for this shotgun wedding.
This is a knife wedding. This is a knife wedding you have here. It'd be a shame if someone cut it short.
Go away, Axe. No one cares about your puns. Doesn't matter if you try to disguise yourself as someone else. Time for a reenactment. Fucking.
I would be real chopped up if you guys did
Fucking Stop it! Stop it!
Please stop.
Oh god! Oh god!
What?
I have reached the 1 FPS threshold in XCOM.
Ah, yes. Are you implying we should enroll the girl? No, we're not enrolling the girl. We have no idea anything about her. Good.
We're just going to give her
Pav.
all the. We're just going to give her most of the main character status, and then also just give her all the cool weapons.
Is that another ritual they have to do? They all stand around her and chant, main character, whoomp. Main character, whoomp.
Well, I mean, not in 40k. In 40k, you just go.
no, in 40k you stand around in a circle chanting Commissar Kane. Wump.
I mean, he basically is the main character of the 40k verse.
Let's just say, prove me wrong.
Kepri Pav, light, shape, pain, senses, awake, 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 alive, alive. We'll read chapter 2 next Tuesday.
What?
Do we have to?
Yes.
Mm.
Because we haven't gotten to the part that was advertised, which is you're supposed to have in your first freaking chapter. But, you know...
Well, this is the prologue, apparently.
You need to cut this conversation short. Well,
It
you
took
know.
us 2 hours to do the prologue.
Wow, we actually wasted. This hasn't happened in a while.
We wasted a large amount of time this stream. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, yeah.
But we had fun, and that's all we actually care about at the end of the day.
It's nice if other people have
And
fun
we
with
kept our
us.
viewer count up for most of it too. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we
that's-
just lost people to just the entropy of time.
Yeah, just like, oh shit, I gotta get going because school or work. This might be a first.
New record.
Yeah, what the fuck is my Blu-ray?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Fucking. I hate sellers on eBay and Amazon. It's like, by the way, you have to pay for your shipping. Okay, does it come with tracking? No, fuck you.
Alright,
But-
so thank you
Expecting
everybody for joining us on this adventure. As always, you can find us at
Aren't we-
7-ish p.m. to 9-ish p.m. every Tuesday and Friday at this specific location. Share it with your friends, not with your family, with the people you hate.
definitely that last one.
Especially that last
And
one.
join us next time because there is always more, and it always gets worse.